317 or 371, what the fuck ever. Eli on its side, mathematical fucking Pythagoras theorem, pi 3.141592. Most modern horror movies that I have been watching over the last few weeks have not been that good, but I have to give them some form of credit. They're admirable in their pursuit, at least, and you gotta trust me on this. There are quite a few movies that I have watched already that I can't even decide if I want to do a review on them or not. Movies such as Headcount, The Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, Saint Agatha, and The Monster. That one was actually kinda decent. Eli, however, a film that was just released a few days ago on Netflix and unfortunately watched by my wife and I last night, gets the honor today of beating out all those other movies in importance. Not because it's good, but because it was so bad, I just decided to skip right ahead and take care of this one. A boy receiving treatment for his autoimmune disorder discovers that the house he's living in isn't as safe as he thought. Sounds okay, right? I thought so. Eli is the story of Eli, a very sick boy who is allergic to damn near everything. Now, even though we begin with a dream sequence, the movie does a really good job showing us, not telling us, what he's going through. If this kid is dreaming about just something as simple as walking through the grass, then you can imagine just how lonely his existence in life is. There's all these simple pleasures that Eli misses out on that the rest of us take for granted. The message is really rammed home for us too when he wakes up from the dream and we actually see how he really lives.
Had the same dream.
And just like that, I thought this movie was off to a good start. We've been shown the plight of our character. I feel like I can get invested in his arc. And so many of these other horror movies I've been watching lately, they started off pretty bad and they just got better and better. So this one's starting way the hell up here. I was like, shit, there's nowhere to go. It's probably going to kick ass the whole time, right? Yeah. Now his parents, Paul and Rose, have exhausted their funds trying to find a cure for him, and during the opening we find them on their way to a clean house, which is set up and run by fucking Nell, of all people.
Eleanor, but everyone calls me Nell.
I feel like this chick was talking to ghost children way before she got mixed up with that house.
No, I studied purgatory.
Man, that is the first problem with this movie. I just don't like this woman.
Hello, Eli. I'm Dr. Horn.
Now, once they've arrived, introductions are made, they bullshit around with one another, and things are already getting strange when Eli sees something down a closed-off, glass-walled hallway. Apparently, only half of this house or something like that is set up as her clean room and operating room or whatever you want to view it as. The rest of it is just sealed off or walled off with these glass partitions, but it's all airtight apparently, so okay.
Shall we continue?
God, lucky for you and for me, I can spare you so much of this movie because it just takes the same old twists and turns other horror movies have taken before it. Slowly, he's gonna see more strange things.
Bad dreams are a side effect of the immunosuppressants you're taking.
And no one's gonna believe him.
I've even had some patients hallucinate. It's perfectly normal.
God, in the meantime, this dad might be worse than Nell.
I just got a lot on my mind.
I know.
He talks like he's in a goddamn Western.
You remember the old meadow? When we took Bronson to when he was just a pup.
It wasn't charming, and it did not feel like it fit the movie in the way like the guy from 1922 did.
Maybe not from Omaha just yet. Even Lane.
Yeah, he was hard to understand, right? But you had a fucking reason he existed there. Why is there a cowboy up in this haunted movie? Why are you playing his character like a cowboy?
He's upset because I yelled at him.
Like, this dude is just kind of emotionless. He says so little with his voice that it just really gets under my skin. I don't know why.
I said I was sorry.
I feel like I'm watching The Ranch.
Eat steak and drink whiskey.
Alright, that's enough nitpicking. Now the tests begin and he sees something in the reflection on the back plate of a chair. Unfortunately, the drugs take hold before anything cool or scary happens. Now he has reactions to the treatment, which Nell claims is common, to be expected, and nothing to worry about because, as she'll say a little bit later, Eli's gonna get a lot worse before he gets a lot better. We also meet Max, I'm gonna call her, because it's the chick from Stranger Things, and no matter how I look at her, it's the chick from Stranger Things. And I'm aware of how that's kind of bad. It feels like I'm like typecasting her as like she can only be in Stranger Things, but trust me, by the end of this movie, you'll want to forget her role in it too. Now she's outside the house chucking rocks at his window, which, you know, could kill him if air gets in. Whatever. He heads down to some glass-lined room where they talk to one another for a scene that I don't hate, but I don't care for either. She's snippy and the witty one, and then he, having not a lot of social experience, doesn't really know how to talk to her and just kind of makes an ass of himself. When he tells her that he's into magic, she makes fun of him before busting out her own little fancy magic trick. Let's just move on, because the only point of this scene is to implant doubts into his mind about this place as well as ours. It's sketchy.
There's just something off about the whole place. Gives me the creeps.
We already know that, though. Now, afterward, he goes wandering around a bit alone, and even though this part is nothing special at all, it could have literally been in any fucking horror movie trailer from the last 20 years. I still kind of like this one. But then we get the old scary thing chases the victim and disappears before doing anything really bad to him, shtick.
What are you doing?
And I die a little more inside. God, they got the cracking bone sound effect too, which... that was in something else. Was that Insidious? Side note here, I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing those anytime soon, but I did watch the first 2 Insidious movies, and fuck, not bad. Way better than I thought. That's an example of a movie that started down here and only got better as it went on. And then when they tied in the other shit, you know, we get off topic here. So Dad discovers him, the ghost is gone, they have dinner, and then spooky shit starts happening again. Oh, did you see that? It turned his name from Eli into Lie. So, I guess it's pretty fucking lucky his parents decided to name him Eli, right? Why not Bill? More ghost kids appear. And dude, dick all. More treatment ensues, more dinners, more family drama. This time, Dad getting all pissed off and giving Eli the choice.
You want to leave and stay sick forever, or do you want to stay here and get better? What's it gonna be?
After all that boringness, yet another ghost comes at him, but he escapes into a shift robe, or whatever the hell those things are called, and the ghost knocks it over with him inside. Now, when he climbs out, Nell and his parents, of course, just so happen to come into the room, discover him, and see his name carved all over it. But it's not Eli, it's Lie. You get it? As you'd expect, no one believes that he didn't do it. Only Max believes him.
None of my other patients have ever mentioned ghosts.
And actually tells him about a kid named Perry who was in there before him, and how he also said the place was haunted.
He said that he was seeing ghosts.
Dr. Horn said none of her patients ever saw ghosts.
Can you believe her?
Now, hearing noises, he investigates and is invisibly pulled down the hallway by spirits. This is a pretty decent scene, honestly. I like that you can't see their bodies, you can only really see their reflections. That's just kind of cool. It seems as if they want to kill him, though, when they throw him into the airlock, depressurize it, and open the outside world, letting in all the germs and toxins, which immediately take effect on him. But he's saved by Nell, who drags him back inside.
Breathe. Breathe.
Sparing more lengthy, unnecessary shit, everyone begins to think he's crazy. And if it's not me going crazy, then it must have been the damn writers of this movie, because really try to wrap your head around this one. It's already enough that we're balancing on the edge of the idea that, okay, his name's Eli, and it can be rearranged to Lie. Even though it's corny, I'll fucking buy it. I'll bite that shit, okay? Yeah, I said that. But then they try to turn it on its side, and now it's a fucking number. It's now 317. Or wait, 371? Fuck, I don't know.
317. What?
They are seriously stretching this to unimaginable heights. I mean, the fucking odds, the coincidence. Like, this 3-digit passcode, not a 4-digit, not a 5-digit, not 6, this 3-digit fucking code just so happens to be the number 317 or 371, what the fuck ever, Eli on its side, mathematical fucking Pythagoras theorem, pi 3.141592. Jesus Christ. It gets so much worse. So he breaks in looking for his file because the code fucking works, whatever. Mom and Dad argue because this doesn't really fucking matter if you ask me, but she overheard Dad talking to Nell earlier and wants to know what he heard. And she basically said that, of course, with any and all treatment, there's risks and they must be prepared for the worst. And she just flips out about it because they've made out like this woman's cured all of the other patients, right?
Why would you lie to me about that?
And maybe Dad knows a little more than he's letting on. To be honest with you, I don't fucking know. I went inside to get a drink real quick and didn't care what I missed.
Just trying to do what's best for Eli.
Eli gets his hands on his chart after picking the lock on the filing cabinet with 2 paper clips in about 3 fucking seconds. and also the charts of all the other former patients of Nell, and when he reads their progress on the third treatment, the one he's about to head into, he's pretty damn terrified. So he runs back to his room, right? To his loving family, to his mom or his dad. His dad's the one that's in there, pouring his heart out to him. You know what his fucking dad does?
You're scaring me.
He betrays his own son! Ow! Ow! What a dick. Now he runs away and into a basement type thing or whatever, which his mom and dad and Nell lock him inside of, which is just about where the movie fucking falls apart.
Can't leave him in there.
I can't breathe.
We have to. He knows.
Let's just go ahead and shit all over this movie the way it shat over me. Now, eventually, Mom feels bad enough that she opens the door, thinking something might be wrong with him, because he's just laying there on the floor. Now, he attacks her and escapes, but is caught by Dad and the nurses. Now, when Mom comes to, she smells something, I guess, or for whatever reason gets curious and decides to look in that little cheese wheel fucking thing with the... probably not a pentagram and crosses on top of it. Point is, she finds the fucking bodies in there of all those other patients, all moldy and sewn up and just looking all fucking weird. Now she runs back upstairs, knife in hand, ready to save Eli, right?
No, get back! Get back!
And I want you to guess. I want you to guess who betrays her.
Untie him, please.
The dad.
Save him.
Fucking asshole.
I can save his soul.
And also, I lied. This is where the movie fucking falls apart.
No, what are you doing? She's gonna kill him! No!
Take your wildest fucking guess what you think is gonna happen. I know none of you are gonna do that, but just, you wouldn't imagine. You can't imagine the route we're about to take.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Nell starts a fucking exorcism on him.
Illustrious leader of the heavenly army, defend us in the battle against the rulers of the world of darkness. We adjure you by the living God, by the true God, by the holy God, who so loved the world.
I can't take it seriously. Not only can I not take the scene seriously, I can't take any fucking word coming out of her mouth in this scene seriously.
Master of Lies!
It's just Nell fucking screaming Bible verses at him in her monotone ass voice. The way she fucking screamed in that other movie, like that Are You Afraid of the Dark kid? Why? She was a terrible casting choice, and so was the cowboy dad. I'm sorry. I know you guys are probably good people in real life, but you... Okay. So she's just yelling all these Bible verses and shit at him. Just flinging holy water across his body and shit. He's all screaming and burning. I was sitting on the couch screaming too. I wasn't burning. Now, right when she's about to set his soul free, by stabbing him in the chest with the fucking knife, she's stopped by a mysterious force which ends up making her stab herself in the heart. Eli busts up from the table with his eyes glowing red. I cringed a little in my seat at the absurdity of what I was seeing. How this shit feels like it just comes out of nowhere and doesn't at all match what the hell the rest of the movie was doing. And then it gets pretty fucking cool for a second, I'm not gonna lie. Before getting hysterically bad. Now he's got the three nurses floating upside down in a circle around him, and Mom, as he badgers her to tell him what he is, sets them on fire in his anger. Like I said, it's fucking cool for a second. And then...
You're my son! And my father. I prayed, Eli!
She says she prayed to God. And when God didn't answer...
And your father did.
It made me sick.
Forgive me.
He burns the fucking place down as he exits. Mom is right behind him. And then Max is outside waiting on him.
Hey, Houdini!
And it gets even worse!
Dad gets around.
Oh my god, I don't even feel like finishing it or talking about it. They just drive off down the road. Who gives a shit? And there is something I gotta talk about. I skipped over this in the movie. The mom and the son, they have this little angle, this little thing where he makes a wish and she tells him the result or whatever. It's supposed to be their little thing, their little connection, their human-like, grounded to the world stress reliever. And the fucking movie ends with him, like, telling his mom to make a wish. So, like, oh god, it's so fucking corny, it's so cliche, it's so cheesy, and god damn it, how does a movie start so good and go so far downhill like this one did? Did you have any fucking idea that he was, oh, this kid's not really sick, he's not allergic to everything, he's just the son of the devil? When you fucking put it into words like that, I don't have any fucking words, man. This movie was bad.